Your support has enabled us to keep writing positive and wholesome stories.
I will hunt you down the way. So Genshin have been around for about 3 years now and just passed their 3-year anniversary. Congratulations! It's been a really good journey so far. Well, other than the megabytes of storage that is going to implode in my future online mobile device. Psych! I'm a PC gamer, baby. My condolences to all the mobile gamers still out there, though. I am curious on the population of PC gamers versus mobile gamers for Genshin, though.
世界に拒まれた。おや？おやおや？
Anyways, so I have played 3 Hoyo games so far, and I have noticed particular issues existing in one game but not the other, despite belonging to the same company. Despite that, no major complaint on the game so far, except for the Switch release. The story is very captivating and kept me engaged, even if I'm not playing by myself and just watching people play it now. You can't blame me, I'm a uni student now, okay? Less time on my hands. I can't complete everything 100% anymore. Well, with that out of the way, let's dive into some peculiarities in Genshin. The most popular, and probably under the most pressure, considering its massive success on iOS and Android, earning a whopping $4 billion alone. Quick disclaimer though, I love the game, and these are nothing more but nitpicks, I suppose, that I as a player's experience and just want to address it, but not in a serious manner. It's not like I'm boycotting Hoyoverse or whatever. Alright, well, let's check my list. Alright, so first there's the lock FPS problem at 60, which is actually prevalent in Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact. But in Honkai Star Rail it's a lot more forgiving because, I mean, it's like turn-based, so you don't notice it more. But like in Genshin, it could actually affect your performance, like in Abyss and stuff. It does make it easier. And strangely, like in Honkai Impact 3rd, you can play on 120 FPS, but you can't on Genshin, which is kind of weird. And I am confident that it will come to PC eventually, but it's just strange that it's taking a while. I mean, even Tower Fantasy got it, like a 120 FPS option on launch on all devices, so I don't know. A fun suggestion that I have is based on what I saw on Honkai Impact 3rd, and Genshin does this birthday letter that is given to all the players that are written by the respective characters. But in Honkai, the VA actually would read the letter in a colorful and fun video that would actually be saved for the players to see later. And I find such addition would vastly improve the immersion factor of the game, and judging by the popularity of Genshin character birthdays on Twitter, I have no doubts this would be a great addition, honestly. And I do like the video, and they give gems too, but that might be too much to ask. And of course you might think like, oh, you know, this is just whatever, it's just characters, and yeah, obviously, yeah, but like, I don't know, I mean, it's like, if you're playing games like these, I'm assuming you would like to connect with the character even if they're not real, but they're real to me! So, being able to play past events too would be a great addition. I know this is probably not going to happen because it's been way too far gone now. But still, it would be nice regardless. Like, I've seen this in Honkai Star Rail, where they let you play the boxing event if you haven't already. And this would be nice to let players get like the Primo gems or gems in general, giving from the fun events. And it doesn't necessarily need to be like an important event quest like the Albedo Christmas event. One of my favorites, by the way, in my opinion. And of course, I gotta mention the first and most notorious Meteor Shower event in
so
1.1, and where we met Scaramouche, and it does actually change the dialogue later on. And I mean, it's debatable, honestly, if they should include that or not, but have to include those kind of quests. I'm talking the fighting events, or like the fun, like little party games events. Those stacks up primos is probably what people care most about anyways, but debatable. Back to a minor, but still very weird, it's the unaltability of Genshin, as the game does not offer a full-screen borderless option. This really is the only problem for like PC gamers, honestly, other than the FPS one. And even more specifically, like me, who use multiple monitors, and because I like multitasking when I play Genshin, and it's really annoying. I have to click back to the game when I alt tab, and this doesn't happen with either of the Honkai. So this is one of the problems that kinda does baffle me. Like, not major, but definitely still weird that it's still not like integrated yet. It's like, yeah. A funny problem I noticed is the fact that the settings for the graphics would reset every single major update, and it just kinda got me like,
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
because I would be playing like Honkai Star Rail and Genshin, and I would just notice how laggy things are, and then I would go into settings and it's like, oh, the 60 FPS just get put back to the 30, so you just go back and click it back real quick. But still, like, I don't know why this is still happening after 3 years. Next would be the no refund level up materials in Genshin. Like when you're just leveling up a character with your precious materials that you spent hours and days grinding, and you just get a warning saying like, oh, this would go over level. Are you sure you want to do this? And you either waste it or you have to meticulously count the perfect amount. And let's be honest, nobody does that. So most of the time it doesn't really mean anything, but that's because I'm overfarmed on all materials because I'm AR60 now, no life, I get it. See, Honkai Star Rail doing this just fine, so. Now this is probably gonna be the most debatable and controversial one, but whatever. And I'm talking about the censorship. And we all know about the free alternative skins that we all know that are not alts. They just replaced the one in the cutscene, so it's basically the new like actual one now. But a lot of people like the new one. And I think the most liked one is definitely the Jean one. And it looks really good, not gonna lie. But that's beside the point, because I wish that we could have gotten those skins without the reasoning like censorship, because limiting creativity is not really good in my book, but there's a lot of books. And honestly, fan service shouldn't be the main factor, honestly. To me, it should be just like a side effect. But the whole point is that I don't want them to be limited in any way, just to do what they want, and that's definitely not one of them. But actually, it's to prevent situations like this bubble censorship that is not only drawing attention to the area, it looks terrible. It's like viewable from all angles, and it's surprisingly the main reason why I talk about this, not even the alt skins actually. Last but not least is what people been talking about for ages, and we all know it's not going to change anytime soon because they are too committed into the act, and it's the fact that Traveler is letting Paimon talk for him 99% of the time, and that is being generous, and specifically in situations where he should be talking for himself. Like, couple example on top of my head would be when Yomiya was asking how our sister is doing, or brother, I mean depending on who you pick, but I picked Aether, so I'm just gonna say sister. And Paimon is just the one talking, just yapping about how he feels. Like,
I was wondering, have you seen your sister yet?
Yup, but she said that she'd meet us at the end of our journey, and then she left.
I see. It seems
are we like
she has her own things to
telepathically
worry about.
connected? Because that's really the only way this is like justifiable. Like, we should be the one talking. And probably the one that should be on top of my head is when we actually met our sibling. We should be the one talking. And supposedly in the quest we're actually saying something, but like I want the VA to be actually saying this because it brings the impact, not Paimon voice actor. She's already talked enough. Okay, I love the JP voice actor, Kaguya-sama, my favorite. But still, Traveler should be talking. And though the good thing is that we see the Traveler talking a lot more in modern quests, but that's just because our expectation has been subsided over the years, honestly. Because like Leo and Kess, he talked like once in the end.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
And I felt like at the beginning, like that specific moment, they were trying to go for like the Destiny moment where like the main character only talk like during the important like climax of the story and he gives the hype to the player.
Ultron Sov is mine.
And yeah, it looks like they gave up on that act, and now it's actually worse because it seems to be inconsistent and the travelers just kind of talk at random times.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Really, the only consistent part is during Archon quests, like, yeah, like when we have to talk to the Archon, and maybe not even that, but they do talk a lot in the character tab, which I'm sure the VA is very happy about since they're getting paid. Woo! Anyways, that's it for my weird list of complaints, and again, nothing serious. I'm not boycotting them, at least not really. All jokes aside, these are minor issues, and it's never gonna stop me from seeing this journey through. Except university. Oh, seriously, like, let Traveler speak for himself, please. That's like the one thing I want.
お願いよ